We have some absolutely amazing news to talk about today, New York Rangers fans. And if you are a Rangers fan, definitely hit that like button for this video because it is some absolutely fantastic news here. Alexis Lafreniere has officially signed a massive extension with the New York Rangers, but no, it is not an overpay for the Rangers, and no, it is not even a kind of even deal, I would say. This is a team-friendly deal as well. I would definitely say it's team-friendly, and as the years go on, as the cap goes up, this deal is only going to look better and better, and if I'm yelling a bit here, if I sound a little too excited, I'm sorry, but I am just so happy about this deal here. I'm a Rangers fan, a diehard one at that. I make videos every single day. I'm a Canadian Rangers fan as well. My favorite player on this team currently is Lafreniere, and I am just so ecstatic about the news here. Lafreniere has been an absolute beast. I never gave up hope on him, and we finally saw him take that massive step forward in his game this past season in 2023-2024. Had that great regular season there, finally getting his chance in the top six. We see him have an amazing elite playoff run where he was arguably, a top 3 player on this Rangers team throughout this past playoff run. We went all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals, losing to the eventual Stanley Cup champions, the Florida Panthers there. Lafreniere looked dominant in that playoff run, had some amazing moments, some amazing plays, and we've obviously seen him have an absolutely amazing start to this season as well, playing alongside, once again, Vincent Trocheck and Artemi Panarin, 2 star-level guys as well. But Lafreniere has officially signed the extension, and I am just so happy about this deal. He has signed a 7-year deal worth $7.45 million per season. I think that is an absolute steal, and definitely in the comment section down below, whether you are a Rangers fan or not, I'd love to hear your opinion on this contract. But personally, I mean, maybe my bias is in the way here, but I really don't think it is. I think this is an absolute steal of a contract. I may be one of the biggest Lafreniere fans out there, but I really do think this is such a great team-friendly contract for the New York Rangers. I think this is going to be such a great deal going forward into the future. This is a player who is still only 23 years old. He is still very young. He just turned 23 in October a couple weeks ago. So it's not like he's even necessarily into his kind of mid to later 20s. He's still in his early 20s now. He's only 23. He's only getting better. And we've only seen him really kind of take that step forward last season and this one so far. I think the sky is the limit for him. He can truly be a 90, maybe an 100-point guy in the future. And maybe that's a bit of a stretch, but he has that kind of talent there. I truly do expect him to be a point-per-game plus kind of guy for years and years to come. I think he has that kind of talent there. He definitely could be a 90-point guy. Can we see him hit triple digits at some point in his career? We'll have to wait and see. That might be a year or two away from now, as of right now, obviously, but still, Lafreniere is just such a great player, and with what he's doing so far, even right now this season, without getting, a ton of power play time, obviously, he's still not getting a ton of power play time like some other guys on this team are, obviously. He has still produced at an amazing level, at even strength there, which exactly what he did last season as well. He still has yet to get a power play point this season, which just tells you how good of a player he is at 5-on-5. And he's not just a player who is kind of riding off the coattails of a guy like Artemi Panarin, who is obviously a true superstar, top 10 offensive player in the entire NHL, top 5, if you can argue, offensive player in the entire league. He's a guy who is creating his own goals and creating chances for other players as well. He's got these beautiful dekes that he has. He's got the beautiful hands, the great vision, the amazing offensive hockey IQ. He's not a liability out there defensively as well. He can hold his own up there for sure. He can play a little bit physically as well. He definitely can lay the body a bit there. He's got 7 hits in 7 games to begin this season as well. So far this season, though, he does have 7 games played, 4 goals, 3 assists, 7 points. Like I said, all of them are at even strength as well, which definitely says a lot about his game there. He isn't someone who desperately needs that power play time to actually put up great point totals, but I can only imagine what kind of numbers he could put up if he actually did get, #1 kind of power play unit time, which obviously on this New York Rangers power play, with how lethal it is, if you added him in there, I can only imagine how much better it would be, and also how much more points Lafreniere could put up. So we'll see what happens going forward in the future, whether or not we do see Lafreniere finally get that #1 unit kind of power play time. Hopefully he does at some point in the future, which I'm sure he eventually will, whether or not it is this season or in the future. We'll have to wait and see. And it is kind of funny, though. I did post a video earlier this morning at 9 a.m. because I do post a video about the Rangers pretty much every single day. So, like I said, if you are a Rangers fan, definitely hit that subscribe button for a lot more content. But also, Elliot Friedman kind of came out in his 32 Thoughts article basically saying that he thought Lafreniere would probably want more of a kind of medium-term deal, a bit of a shorter-term deal than, like a 7-year deal like he kind of signed, so that he could obviously hit free agency as an unrestricted free agent by the time he's about, in his late 20s kind of range there, but obviously he doesn't do that. He signs that 7-year deal, which for the Rangers, I think is much better. In that video, I talked a lot about how I wanted to see him sign that 7 or 8-year deal, sign that long-term deal, so that obviously him signing you with a $7.45 million average annual value, year in and year out, that's going to look better and better and better. So I think obviously that's looking like an absolutely phenomenal deal here for the Rangers. He's going to hit unrestricted free agency now by the time he's about 30 years old, you know, kind of around that range there. Whereas if he signed that, you know, for a 5-year deal, he could have hit it in his later 20s, which means he probably could have gotten, you know, that 7-year deal in unrestricted free agency. Now, maybe he still does get that, and it very well could be possible there that he still ends up signing a monster contract with whatever team it is, or maybe it's back with the Rangers. Hopefully, he obviously is just an absolute stellar guy throughout the rest of this deal, and we end up signing him back on an extension, and he finishes his career with the Rangers. I would love to see that, but that's way in the future. We don't have to talk about that. But the main part about, you know, Elliotte Friedman's kind of piece in that article was the fact that it made sense for Lafreniere and his camp to sign that shorter-term, medium-term deal so we could hit free agency a bit earlier. But now he's obviously signed that long-term deal, which as a Rangers fan myself, I absolutely love. I did not want to see a medium-term deal. I wanted to see that long-term deal because I think it's going to be such a great deal long-term for the Rangers here. I mean, imagine in, you know, 3, 4, 5 years, how much cap space each team is going to have, and then you take a look at his contract and what it's going to be. I mean, it's just going to look like such a great deal long-term, even as soon as next season in 2025, 2026, the first year of this actual deal kicking in. I think it's going to look like a steal already. You know, next season, I can only imagine what it's going to look like in 3, 4, 5 years when Lafreniere is that 90, 95, maybe 100-point guy. We'll have to wait and see, obviously, but he has that kind of potential. And with the contract he just signed, this definitely is going to be an absolute steal and a big help for the New York Rangers long-term to compete and to try and win that Stanley Cup. And it definitely helps us out when we're obviously trying to lock up Igor Shesterkin on a long-term deal, when he's looking to sign a pretty massive deal himself around that maybe $12+ million range. That'll help that contract look a little easier and a little more manageable with Lafreniere signing this very team-friendly contract. Anyways, I want to thank you all so much for watching, though. The support has been great on these videos the last while. I mean, throughout my entire career on YouTube, it's been great, but the last while especially, it's been great. So I really appreciate all the support you all show. Definitely hit that like and subscribe button for pretty much daily New York Rangers content. If you are a New York Rangers fan, like I said, there's no better place to be on YouTube than this channel, so definitely hit that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to comment down below whether you're a Rangers fan or not. What are your thoughts on this contract? I think it's an absolute steal. I thought we were going to be looking like a 7-8 year deal. If it were going to be a long-term deal, at least minimum an $8 million average annual value, but with it being less than 7.5, it's just such a great deal, and I am so happy. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll catch you next one, and let's go Rangers and Alexis Lafreniere, as well as Chris Drury. You gotta thank Chris Drury because he did an absolutely phenomenal job with this contract. So definitely give Chris Drury his flowers for this one. He was phenomenal in this. Obviously did a great job in negotiations. I don't know what he said, but he truly is an absolute MVP of the day for this New York Rangers team. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next one. See ya.